Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor, and this is the reading for October 30th through November 6th. This is the general for everyone. I'm pre-recording because I'm going to be in New York when you're watching this, or maybe, depends on what day. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I offer private readings. I also offer IET. They're both on sale. IET is a healing modality. The description's on my website. There'll be a link below. Everything on my site is for sale, ripecolor.com. Please become a member of the channel. Membership allows you to watch the weekly videos arranged by sign, commercial free, because I do all signs. Anyway, getting started, I have a lot of videos to make. I just went shopping. I bought all kinds of yummy things. And yeah, I'm chill. What else do I have to say? You know, it should be a very interesting week. I was thinking about it before. It's like I have to start with this week, right? And it was like, oh, it's between the eclipses. There should be a very interesting, eye-opening, revealing week. All right. Yes, it is. The King of Swords. So the King of Swords, for me, is the butcher. He's the butcher. He's a surgeon. He has this ability to see things really, really clearly and without emotion, which, you know, in certain instances is a good thing, because, you know, he just sees things really objectively and clearly. And because he sees them clearly, he's like, well, that's not necessary, or that doesn't really work anymore, but there's no, it's not emotional. It's not emotional. It's like, let's say, you know, your job doesn't make any sense. Oh, but I really like the people at my job and I owe them something. It's like, you know, you can make more money doing the same thing across the street. So, you know, we're going across the street. You know, you increase your salary by 20% for less hours. You know, it's not like, but I owe something that clear, right? Butcher. It's also, you know, because it's a King of Swords, there's the energy of, and this is you. It's not like this. Oh well, some man's going to be walking down the street with a sword and he's going to tell me what to do. No, you are the King of Swords. You know, whenever I read cards, it's like you are the energy that I'm reading. It's, you know, it's really about putting your thinking cap on straight and saying, this makes sense. This doesn't make sense. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to keep that. And then I have the Ten of Wands, the burden being lifted, right? The burden being dropped, more lifted, more dropped than lifted, different, right? It's like, oh, I'm working on this for so long, and or, you know, sometimes, you know, we have things in our lives that we're carrying around, and it's like, I'm not carrying all this around for anymore. It's not even mine. And then I have the Hangman, really interesting card. The Hangman is really about a willing self-sacrifice. That's what it is. So the hangman puts himself on the tree in order to see things from a more spiritual angle, in order to stop and pause and reflect and look at things from all different angles, and then have this realization of, you know, something that's old news, right? It's something that just doesn't work anymore, doesn't fit anymore, doesn't hold weight anymore, it doesn't hold water anymore. You know, it's almost like, in a way, I mean, this is a weird example, but, you know, you go through your wardrobe and you look at something and it's like, oh, well, you know, I had good memories in this and but it doesn't really quite fit. And it's not really in style anymore. You know, it's something like, you know, from 20 or 30 years ago. And it's like, no one wears this anymore. And I've gotten my wear out of it and it's time to throw it away so I can make room for something new. Right? It's like that. But it's more, generally, it's more like emotional. The hangman has this energy of, or spiritual, you know, well, I used to, you're realizing something that doesn't work. You're seeing it from a different angle. and you're letting go of it and you're cutting it out. It's as simple as that. Can get into all these examples, but yeah. The interesting thing about the tower, okay, as many of you know, I went through a major tower moment in January, and I'm still, sort of free falling. I'm still floating around in the air. I pretty much landed, but I think once I go to New York, get my stuff, be done there, come back here, and then really have landed in a way. The tower is like a karmic card. Oh, well, I did something wrong and, like everything's taken away from me. No, you're vibrating at a different level. And sometimes if we don't drop the burden ourselves and be willing to let go of that, then the tower comes in to say, oh, no, we're going to shake it all up because this is what your soul needs. Okay. Yeah, toward expansion, toward something new, toward more opportunities, toward exploring, toward a bigger opportunity, standing in love. And this is also, this wand is really versatile. Like, because this wand is, it has to stay in this one place. This one, he can get on the boat and take his like magic wand and go all over the world. Yep. Learning something new with hope and optimism and wonder, right? This is also, it's an opportunity for money, but it's also, I always feel like the, what do you call it? The pentacles, they're like little suns. They're like little suns. It's like this little illumination, this little bright future idea, gift, coin. It's a golden orb. It's a golden orb. Who doesn't want to have a golden orb? Put it on your head. You carry it in his bag. You kick it up the street. It's like, what is that? It's a golden orb. All right. What a goofy. Yeah. You know what I just got? So this is, the emperor's really in charge. He's like super duper in charge because he's the emperor. He's beyond the kings. He's in charge of the kings, right? And there's an energy of Mars, and there's an energy of taking action. There's an energy of using your mental facilities, and there's an energy also of stability because he's a four. And I think what I feel is that there's this energy of taking your power back. There's this energy of really getting on a deeper level how you're the one in charge of your life. You're the one in charge of your actions. You're the one in charge of your thoughts. You're the one in charge of, right? The emperor's in charge of everything. He's in charge of everything. So, and he's stable and understanding and grounding in. He's really grounded. He's like super grounded, really grounding into, I am the king of my world. I'm the emperor of my world. Whether you're a man or a woman, I don't do this sex thing in the cards. It's like we all carry all the energy. So, all right. Yeah. I don't want to really feel surrounded. And, so this is a 9. This is an oddball card. So I always feel with the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is like he's in battle, right? It's got, there's some people interpret it, and which I think is a really smart and good interpretation, is a line in the sand. It's like, this is as far as I'll go. Like, this is as far as I'll go. Yeah, I've reached my limit. I'm putting up a boundary. I've reached my limit. Right. But there's also an energy in the 9 of Wands, right? So, because he's in battle, right? And he's surrounded. So he has to decide whether he's going to give in to the enemy, right? Or whether he's going to defend the castle. And also the other thing he has to think about is, because he's no king, this one is no king. He's not a knight, he's not a general, he's just a guy, right? It's like, who am I fighting for? What am I fighting for? Is this a battle that's not mine? Is this a battle that I've been fighting for somebody else, or for something else? that doesn't really serve me. You know, I'm defending what? Do I have a piece of this company? Do I have, you know, do I have any skin in the game? What am I doing? But there's an energy in the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Wands. It's almost like you see things in slow motion. Of course, it's like the enemy is coming up the hill, you're completely surrounded. And then it's like you can see the outcome of the battle in a way. Either, you know, you think you're going to win or you think you're going to lose. And it's like, maybe I should just surrender right now. You know, but it's like this slow motion look around to say, which is sort of what he does. It's like this slow motion pause, say, maybe I could do it better. Maybe I could be illuminated. Maybe there's something I need to give up. Maybe there's something I need to give up. To establish something new. To establish something new that I'm led, you know, I always feel this is as above, so below. So it's the Pope, right? I think it's a female Pope. It's hard to tell with these cards. I mean, you know, if somebody has a beard, it's, you know, they're probably a male. The Hierophant brings in a new balance, brings in tradition, brings in something established, change, an established change. But I always feel like the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is attached to spirit, right? So basically, the understanding and the high point, right, of the Pope is that the Pope is God's messenger, right? So receiving the hierarchy from heaven and then putting it down on earth, you know, mimicking it down on earth. And, you know, sometimes I feel like the Hierophant is as above, so below, like I said, but it's like, it's almost like your higher self and your higher angels and your higher, right, have an organization and a way things go and a way to put things in compartment that makes sense, that everything works together. You got to download. Then you download it, right? And also because, you know, there's this energy now of dropping the burden, of being willing to see things from a spiritual perspective, which is this and that, right? And then being more expansive and being in charge, you know, and willing to learn something new and being wondrous. Like it's a good time to like begin establishing something new, right? So, you know, even it's like, let's say you're at a job and, you know, it's all right, but then like they want, oh, well, we want more hours for less money, you know, all that. It's like, no, this is the line in the sand. This is as much as I'm willing to do. And this is as much as I need to make. And if I can't have those things, then I'm just going to move on, right? And it's like, okay, if you can't do that, I'm just going to go and establish something new. I'm going to go to another company, or I'm going to do my own thing, or, you know, pay me less. I'll take off 2 days a week. Right? Yeah. I'm not settling. I'm the emperor. I know I can expand. I'm really clear. I've given something up, but I'm not willing to give everything up. And, you know, sometimes, like, let's say it's a job thing. This is why I work for myself. You make a certain amount of money and now they want like this many more hours and not willing to pay you more money and blah, 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 blah. When they play that game, they're like, well, we're going to give you double the jobs, but we're not going to actually pay you double. But, you know, you get a card that says you're a vice president. Keep the card. I'll keep my old job. You know, you want to give me that much more responsibility? It's 20% more responsibility. I want 20% more money, right? It's 50% more responsibility. I want 50% more money. Otherwise, keep your job. Thank you. Because I know who I am. I know my worth. And I'm really clear. And I'm not putting myself in a position that is, you know, doesn't do me any good and it's just going to end in catastrophe. I'm not doing that. I've done that. Ain't doing it. I'm really clear. about the abundance and the joy and the nourishment that I am willing and allowing myself to receive. So I'm not settling for second best. I'm not settling for get to be the vice president. I don't give a shit what you call me. Call me janitor, you know? Give me money. Sometimes my New York does pay off, don't it? And then, you know, because you're here with spirit, because you're being led, because you're loved, and you understand yourself as you know what I got just now? So, you know, I know this is such a weird card. I read it so many different ways, I can't even tell you. But it's sort of like, well, this is this gift, but even though it looks like it's from spirit, it isn't. It feels like it's from a person or from people. And then it's like, oh, well, you know, we'll throw you crumbs. Like, I'm not up for crumbs. I'm up for God's love. I'm up for the love of the angels. That's what I'm up for. This is the one I want. Like, if you're going to offer me something, offer me this, right? Unconditional love, not, you know, we'll give you this, but you have to give us this in return, you know, and then, you know, you go to sign the contract and it's like, it doesn't say what you said, they said it was going to say. But you're really clear, but not wanting to take on a burden, right? You're willing to give up your old way of thinking because you understand that you're the emperor, right? And you're not going to be put in a position where you're surrounded or these BS gifts. I want to live in the light of the sun. That's what I got. All right, that's for the collective. Away we go. Clear thinking, dropping the burden, willing to let go of old habits and old thoughts, receiving the gift of love from spirit and clarity and abundance, and being willing to learn something new and be a beginner and expand yourself and out of who knows what comes where, how, right? Out of catastrophe. Because, you know, you have the ability to make yourself stable and to be really the emperor in your life and not feel stuck and establish something that is really guided by spirit here on earth and not settling for half best or second best or, oh, we'll give you the table near the bathroom. I don't want the table near the bathroom. That's what it is. All right. Nice, interesting reading. Sort of, you know, the buck stops here. That's what I really get before I above and beyond anything else. It's like, line in the sand, buck stops here. I've given you enough. If you're not going to give me more, I can't do it. Thanks. All right. Because, you know, we treat ourselves like that, and then other people treat us like that. Simple as that. Blessings. See you soon.